Good afternoon. Welcome to another Open Gate show, where, as I've already mentioned, we'll be having previews, interviews, and discussions on local horse racing. This afternoon, I have a member of the illustrious horse racing family, the Phillips family, where we'll be discussing the Phillips family, their impact on horse racing in Jamaica. And here I have Donovan Phillips. Donovan, welcome to the Open Gate show.
Thank you.
Okay. Introduce yourself more and tell us how you got into racing.
Well, I'm Donovan Phillips. I got into horse racing in 1970. A friend of mine at the time named by the name of Junior Esterine came into the Derby Day 1970 with Royal Crest won with Albino UBD Acosta, which was a memorable day. From that, when Howard Phillips came into racing in, I think, about 74, when he came back from England. And was fooling around him till I became an owner in 77. I had my first winner as an owner in 78. Got my trainer's license in 1981. And ever since I've been a trainer. Getting into racing was good because I left here Jamaica and came into racing full-time 1979 after I got Rika to buy from Mr. Sylvester Green. And it did very well. It was a good start. As a trainer, 1981. Started off 1982. I got most improved trainer. I won 22 races, of which Walvin Jackson actually won 17.
Ooh.
But after that now, there were problems in my first marriage. And the training was sort of here and there. Still remain as a trainer, but in 1990, when little after CTL came into being, they decided to move the office for racing hours from up by Red Hills Road. Down to the track, and Mr. Chris Horseman asked me if I could look about something meals. At the time it was about 10 people. So I cook from home and carry and give them. Eventually I started catering for the staff till I get a full-time contract in 1990, and my wife and myself did most of the catering.
All right, I'm going to get back to the catering part because it really was a good move by Mr. Chris Horseman in having you prepare foods eventually for the whole
complex.
Mm-hmm. But whenever I hear Donovan Phillips, a horse really comes to mind by the name of Whoops. Was that when you were an owner or you were a trainer owner then?
No, I was owner, and Howard was a trainer at Whoops. That is 1978. Got him to lease from Clifton Wright in 1977. He won in January 1978 with Tim Hull, who is now his son is now deputy start at the racetrack. He wasn't even born yet in 78. And that gave him my kick-off in racing.
Your family in horse racing comprises of quite few people, which really all are outstanding. They made an outstanding contribution to the local horse racing industry. Tell us in which order you want to. You can start and elaborate. Halim, Howard, Richard.
Well, Howard and Richard are two cousins.
Okay.
We are sons of three brothers. And coincidentally, Howard's father was Louis, and Richard's father was Noel, were champion cyclists, A1 cyclists at Townmore. at racecourse in Kingston, and that is how the racing business got into our blood. And Howard came into racing before me, and as a active person, he got his license at 75. Like one particular race day I remember most of all is when he took a triple. And I took $5 and won $18,400 around the clock. $5 win and $10 plays. There was a horse named Sprocket, a 2-year-old. He was the outsider in a field of 6. And the horse actually never win. Ridden by Fitzroy Gillespie too. And that, I think it was 75 that Winston started to ride Griffiths. Howard gave Winston his first 3 winners, which were disqualified.
First 3?
First 3.
Or disqualified?
Yes. All 3 given to Georgia Sam. It was Utter Bliss going 6.5. Virini going 5 straight, and Utter Bliss again going 5 straight. All 3 disqualified. And the rest is history with Winston Griffiths.
Talking about jockey, Hardly Timol rides a few horses for you guys, Howard and yourself. Carlos Gillespie, Fitzroy Gillespie's brother.
Yeah. Rode a lot of winners for Howard.
Yeah, a lot, quite a number, I remember. Tell us about, seeing that Howard was the first to venture into the horse racing as a trainer. When you came along towards Howard, tell us, give us some
1979 when I left here Jamaica. Came full time with Howard at the start. Before I could get an assistant trainer license to him, I had to do a groom work for 6 months, picking stalls, learn how to groom a horse. Not because my cousin, but I had to start from basic with him from there. But to be quite frank, Howard was a little bit before time in racing. His knowledge of medicine is far greater than many who were in racing at the time. But he did well. As a matter of fact, three of us did well as trainer, because he got most improved trainer in 1979. That's the year that he won the Gold Cup too with Rico. He won quite, I think he won pretty near 70 races that year, or 71 or 72 races in 79. He got most improved trainer. Actually won second in championship to Kenneth Mattis, who won champion trainer that year, but by stakes, not by winnings. He had less winners than Howard did. No, I don't think Howard had 20 horses in his stable when he won championship.
Howard, whenever he's around, for example, we are sitting down and he comes. I mean, we're always laughing. I mean, he's a character. Sadly missed, in my opinion, by quite a number of trainers. Tell us more about Howard. Are there things that you could maybe, laugh at the thing that mix it up? Tell us more about
Howard. I'll put it this way: Howard was a love you hate me sort of person. If you and him have something now, and you and him catch up now, by tomorrow morning, and him a friend again. Yeah, he is. Him not carry nothing in him heart. He had a good heart. And a lot of time people misunderstand him. But like all of us, none of us are saints.
Exactly.
None of us are saints. Richard, similarly, but Richard have a very bad temper. He got most improved trainer in 1984 too, if I'm not mistaken. He did fairly well, but things happen and his owners got racing, If you don't have good owners,
That's true.
You have nowhere going in racing.
That's true. It's the main part of the equation.
Not like now. I'm back in racing since August last year, after about 5 or 6 years. And I'm not doing too badly with Rhodes the Indian. And quite a few people owners come to give me horses, but they don't want to pay. At 71, almost 72, I can't find people ask, man. I must pay them way, man. Simple as that. With roads now, I lease him from Roddy. And
that's Roddy Ramjeet, Andrew Ramjeet.
No man, no, Roddy Levy.
Roddy Levy.
No, they're not brothers, they're friends.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it was his brother.
Definitely.
Okay.
What could be brother-in-law.
Oh.
And you know, this whole game of racehorse, man. You can't train people as free, man.
We're gonna get more to that section.
All right.
But
I'm going now to my brother.
Halim. Yes.
Halim now is my brother.
Yeah, he did a lot for horse racing, for local horse racing,
and he started in '79. At the time, it was Racing Promotion Limited. RPL. And by '82, I think he was promoted to racing secretary.
Yes.
When Mr. Armand was promoted to higher ranks. And he did fairly well as racing secretary. Unfortunately, we had to depart, but that's life. We were foolish then, because silver phone was coming in and thing, and it was a crime to use it at the racetrack.
Was a crime? Not no.
Not but that's why racing, you know, teaches you a lot about the past, what happened in the past, and how stupid we were then.
Well, I describe Caymanas Park that is not part of Jamaica or planet Earth. It's a planet by itself.
I put that different way.
Okay.
I worked at, I never been to university. I'm going to Trade Union Education Institute.
You've been raised, Donovan, you've been in racing quite a number of years. From the good days, and well, some will say no, it's not so good. But are there any moments for you as a trainer, as well as you as someone who has been around, that you can tell us about in horse racing, that is? You understand? No. What's your most memorable moment as a trainer and or as something you've seen with the Phillips family in horse racing?
Well, that would be when Rika won the Gold Cup. I actually, you know the tunnel?
Yeah.
I actually jumped down there to go and lead in Rika.
You know,
because Howard was the trainer. I was the winner, but we had put it in Sylvester's name for the Winners' Championship. Because he's the one who actually gave me the horse. Got $10,000 pay for him. True purse too, not even cash.
Leave to buy, something like that, right?
No. Actually, the history of Rika, Howard won him in a domino game for $100.
Wow. The Great Rika.
The Great Rika.
That was before when Gonzalez had it for the
No, man, no.
That's not after.
He won the derby. Couldn't turn duck off Hans Ness. And it moved from, and I went to Auto Shop. And I think it ended up at Philip. No. And then, anyway, the long and short is that he won a race that they weren't trying, going 6.5 furlong, a D-class race. And he couldn't win anymore after that. But and a great so tell her what I used to call Howard. Dr. Beck.
Yeah, Dr. Beck, yes.
Great Dr. Beck turned him around. And he won went from B class right up back to A class. Including the Ben Sells Gold Cup in '79. He actually qualified to run in the Super Stakes, but for some reason, somehow, he was not allowed to run in it. But that's life. Improve it. I think the following year, We sold them to, I just keep the cars of myself that we actually owned, and we sold them to Mr. Jagai, Henry Jagai.
Understood.
Yeah. I think he won 2 big races that year before he went out to stud. I don't remember which 2 he won in 1980.
Going back to when you say you jumped down into the tunnel, where were you? Where what was it? Where was the standpoint in watching it?
Right in the club stand.
Yeah.
You go upstairs and that little ledge there, that's where I was.
Yeah. Why I'm going back to that, when you say that you jumped down from there, maybe you didn't even know how you reached there. I had an experience once. Philip Fiardo went to after myself. That was when we were a triumvirate. We were in the stands, and one of the beam was about to fall.
When you jumped down there too.
And we found ourselves in the middle of the racetrack. And we were there.
And you can't imagine
how we reached there because we didn't remember running down in the steps. So, that's why I brought back that point that you made. I mean, it's remarkable. I remember the picture vividly before in the newspapers when Rico won the Gold Cup, and of course Keith Nichols.
Yeah.
He was tall, and his face was aglow, and you guys were overshadowed because of your height. Howard was one who, as you say, is an on and off person, and you have to understand it. What camaraderie with Halim, Howard, you, and say Richard, at times, did you guys...
Actually, we did actually get together and say we're going to plan races, and we trained individually for each other, for ourselves. We didn't cross like what some people doing down and all. Yeah, man.
Donovan, people will always say the good old days, and maybe in 30 years from now or 50 years, they're going to say present day is the good old days. I remember a couple years back, say 30 years ago, our horse racing was such that it was a joy. I mean, there's an atmosphere that encompasses you with a lot of, you're so relaxed, so many things. Compare then with now. I know that a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, that's a different time, but it's good to hear, especially concerning the Phillips family, if you can talk about it.
Back then, it was more fun than a business. Today, it's more business than fun, basically.
All business, I would say.
All business. Basically, I'm back in it now. Only lease roads in India.
And you're doing very well with that horse.
He has earned over 1.2 million already in the 9 months that I have him.
Very good.
He's paying his way, and that is the key to racing. To have horses who can pay their own way. Once you reach a point where you're not going to benefit through purse, where you don't have to gamble, forget about it.
I'm not sure, but you used to train a horse when you were Sky's the Limit?
Yep.
Tell us about that. How come you can't take that top sprinter?
I bought Sky's the Limit and Vibrant in 1980. I had one racing pool. And I bought Vibrant was for $5,000. And Sky's Limit was for $1,000. He had 2 boats in that.
Yes, I remember that.
Right? And I bought that horse and then worked with him, went to Miami, checked the vet with Regis Hunter, who was a former trainer here, and I went up to him and I spoke to his vet over there, give me some things that bring down and give a vet to work on him. The vet was actually, I remember his name now anyhow. He said, it don't make sense, because I know the horse and he work on it already, I waste time. I said, no, I just put them something in a dependent sheep. I work on him. I build a 1-inch shoe and put on him. 1-inch iron shoe. You take the pressure because the feather, you take the pressure off of the tendon.
Yes.
You raise the heel and take the pressure off of the tendon. Of the feather. Then you came and you did well. I actually opened my account with a double. Vibrant and Sky's the Limit, that's 1981. And from then on, won 6 races, the Sky's the Limit. 6 starts, 6 won. All 5 straight. Because I know him problem. You know, set him around the bend to put pressure on his legs, changing them. You know. Some people wanted to say that I was a 5 straight specialist trainer. But is that really a specialist? You have horses that you have to work with. They have a leg problem that you know if you go on the bend and once the half mile, change on the left lead, from the straight up and come back on the right lead, they won't lay out after that. They're sore. So if you don't, you know the horse, you work with them and keep them on the straight where they just stay on one lead and that is it. They get better results from them. Similarly with Rhodes the Indian. Nobody believed he could have won 5 straight.
That's true.
The last one he ran in, which he should have won because they closed him out. He would have probably run a minute. Because just finished like a runaway train. But his foot ailment, he will do better on the straight, not really straight specialist trainer. Just keep the horses on the journey that they don't have to do much changing of their legs. They're better off.
Who is the best horse you ever trained?
Train?
Mm-hmm. Or unowned, which I don't.
Own is Rika.
Oh, sure.
Right? But train the Sky's the Limit. Many other horses that did well with Win Dixie, Rising Sun, Lady Raquel.
I remember Win Dixie.
I got one from Jackson, Black Beauty. One racer won with her. And the manager moved him afterwards, but you wouldn't understand. I can't pull up a very fit horse. I'm in the business to do that. So someone's put him up because I'm have a cricket match. To go and umpire the Saturday, they can't come to race. But that's life. And these are the things that eventually owner tells owner, so people don't trust me. They say, boss and pandemic, but that's boss. You can't come tell me last week I train a horse to the T and bring him to win, and you come last and tell your mums pull him up because you have a cricket match you go umpire. No, man. My license is far more important than your cricket match. And at the time, Mr. Layla was a bite, you know.
Oh, yeah. Dennis
So,
Layla.
and you know, I've been there. I think I've had about 90 odd winners. I would say although I have license for 42 years, I don't think I trained 20 years out of that 42 years. Yeah. Stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Because I actually contracted over there for 28 years, you know, as a caterer. Wife of myself for the thing. And actually the racehorse couldn't send the children anymore to school, but the caterer and the contractor the track did. They're all grown now, give God thanks.
Your son is in all three things, I mean,
touch and go.
Actually, it's the tipster by what they call Dr. Dre in the track and pool.
Yeah. But I tell you, he's more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to the breeding of horses and who to breed who to. Yeah, he's more knowledgeable than me now because he actually have assistant trainer's license in Gulfstream. We had Gulfstream, you know. But with the company as it is now, you know, a lot of things are unstable. But let me tell you something though. They have done well to turn around the racing industry to profitable means. Don't make goes fool you. Since the COVID shut down and they come back, it's a blessing in disguise to them. Because they really turn around their companies making billions, you know.
You're talking SVRE, right?
SVRE,
Sure, yeah.
you have done well, man. You have to give them,
Yes.
you have to give them credit where credit is due, man.
Oh, sure.
But the only thing that bothers me is that racing is a unique company. And the commodity that they use to make their money are the horses that are owned by mostly trainers and owners. And the other day, I see where they put out, they get licensed to import horses and get tax waiver and things like that. That is not the reason why the youngsters, the farm, coming in from the farm, level of dropping. I remember sales then when you have 400 other horses that Caymanas Park.
True. So true.
Like we catered for most of them, you know. And I'm there from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the evening, you know. Yeah, man. And what they don't, the penny don't drop on them yet. That is not the breeding industry that is going down. It's the owners that have left racing, why so many horses are not being bred anymore. And why the owners are leaving races. Because they're not seeing what they're getting out of purse in their return. One of the resources per person.
True.
Between JRC and the promoting company and betting game and all that, believe it's gambling, and mostly gambling. Most owners running their horses for purses. And the person is not covering the cost of training horses. If you don't win 2 or 3 races for the year, you're not going to see anything.
But you know, the claiming segment of our horse racing, you claim a horse, you can run it back 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time, even if it is claimed again. It is much easier on those owners than if you have a good horse, or say you have a horse that is not claimed, because you know you're running now and you run maybe 3 weeks after. In other words, the claiming guy can just come, bam, claim, run next week,
yes,
get out of
I
it.
agree 100. But I tell you, a lot of people don't like the claiming system.
I don't.
I do.
No.
Because I can remember in the 80s when I have horses that I want to get rid of, and after we running them down in class for them to win again, where you just put them in there and sell them and get rid of them.
Yeah, but some people are saying that, and even members of the hierarchy of the present, well, the near present people who run racing, they're saying that the claiming system stopped people from, say, pulling up horses.
People said they have nothing for pulling up horses. Because it is being abused now. As far as I'm concerned, the slave system is being abused by a chosen few, which are that. I wouldn't have to call the names. And the system has allowed them to do it, so they continue and even carry it beyond what it should be. Since I come back, I think I put in a couple of claims well on it. Just don't get the one horse I get. But anyway, Balaza.
Oh yeah, the chestnut horse.
Yeah. And when it comes to Balaza, it brings back a lot of things to me. And you can claim a horse today. He has foot problems, yes. But you know what is causing Balaza major problem? One size shoe smaller. He had on. The horse had corn. The horse have almost contracted heels. And I take a small shoe, open up the heels, square it up that it can open up. And allow it to open up. And I kept him sound with that. His problem he had is his suspensories. You know, if you angle that. Because horses that have leg problems, is how you manage it. The managing of the leg problem.
Facts, true.
You don't want to fix it for the race and that is, and that's how I go.
I want to answer this question, and it has passed, but sure, we can go back. Who is, name the top 3 horses that you have seen race here and the top 3 jockeys. I'm saying low Jamaican jockeys. I'm not talking avid and those guys, but horses and jockeys. If you even want to put imported horses, it doesn't matter.
Griffith just sang Bimbo. And I'll add one more now, make it 4.
Go ahead.
He was never a champion. But he's one of the better riders Jamaica has seen, Fitzroy Gillespie. Remember, he rode when Bimbo was there, when the other song was there, and he would win the big races. Call him the big race jockey.
He was lightning fast out the gates. Very fast. I remember horse Newport West, Super Doe shots.
I think I gave him 5 winners. 5 rides, just 5 winners. Can go here horse and him tell you. I remember the last one he rode in a horse named Fantasy where I got 5 straight. That horse picked up sore shins 1 week before. I'm telling him now about to start him. He said, work on him. I can't take him out of the street and tell you. The man I work on him and I can't tell him, say, nominated. He won. I think Richard had a horse named Marshery and he never expect Fantasy World to start. The start of big but Ben Fitzroy tell he's okay. He's alright on his legs now. I must say, excellent. You see, when I beg him to do a work, like can't time from the within post. 14 from the 5 to the 3, bring it down to 32 and let him go for the last 2. He will give it on the button. Fitzroy Gillespie. I don't see another jockey who give me that today.
What about the top 3 horses now?
Not because of Rika, I don't him, but
I know. Sentiment next day.
I know, but he won a few good races, but I think Legal Light. None such. Now, every regard, guys, the only horse I see win with 147 pounds at Caymanas Park. And call him the train. Not even weight stopping. I think None Such won something like 34 races. I don't know. No, I start 34 times, I won 29 races, something like that. And the other 4 or 5 races that lost is this stable companion win. What do you think of? So it's Legal Like None Such, and there's one more I won't tell you. There's a filly that Mr. Chung owned and run. I think she still had the track record for 7.5 Skytrain. Hell of a filly. I remember the day she ran that track record.
Everton Miller.
Oh Lord, I'm not telling you. That is when Everton Miller was Everton Miller.
We have a lot of debates, and you know, with due respect to Sheeta Manita, not that I'm picking on her. Where would you put her?
She's in the top 5. But I tell you, Skytrain, that is some 30 odd years ago. It was in the race when Algar run away. Algar run the 130 and 4/5. 129.3. Nearly 40 years ago, nobody can record it. That's how good that filly was. I think it's the longest standing track record at the track.
Yes, I think
yeah, man.
One of the longest. Donovan, we have quite a number of new trainers here now. If you were to give an advice briefly, tell them what advice would you give them?
First thing, conditioning a racehorse is first and foremost. That's what Dr. Beck teach me. Then you look at lameness, whatever leg problems they have, you deal with it. But it don't make sense. If they do have a condition to run and win, they won't. Don't care what drugs you give them. And unfortunately, since I've been back looking at horses, a lot of them need conditioning. I would say more than 40% of them need good conditioning.
Still, the camera shows them looking good, but I know what you're talking about. The promoting company, Supreme Friendship Racing Entertainment Limited. What would you like to see done for horsemen, say trainers, between now and say next year or next season this time?
I wouldn't put a time limit on it, but I'd love to see promoting the management and promoting company do. It is have a meaningful dialogue with trainers and owners. When I say I mean meaningful. I was supposed to be a unionist. I go trade. Michael Mann sent me to trade youth education. He go to a union course. I passed the distinction, and I never did go to the union. Once here in Jamaica, I hear them promote me to supervisor. Same double the pay. Anyway, but the long and short is, you can't sit down and have talks with two parties unless it's not meaningful. It don't make sense. And I think the promoted company need to understand that the horses that brings in the money and the tooth is costing owners and traders. Half of the traders and owners, half of the owners are traders.
Yeah, owner trader. Mm-hmm.
Right?
And even breeders.
It's costing us to keep and care and to bring that horse to the racetrack, of which they are making money from. And they must understand, if we are not happy and we're not getting our fair share, it won't last much longer. Because I hear this week that groom pay is supposed to go up.
No, from what I heard, it's the 1st of July, but there'll be meetings with the groom president to.
So how did that come about? And they have consulted the trainers.
That's exactly. See, I don't want to say much on it. I mean, I can't see. I mean, if that is the case, that the groom pay is going to be this week.
And to be very honest, I don't believe the promoting company is involved in this one.
Yeah.
I believe it's the new owners and breeders association involved.
Well, in that modern world, no, that is impossible. It can't be on the 2nd of June. Something has to be. I mean, there should be some meetings coming leading up to that. I would figure that maybe it's the
dialogue.
Yeah.
There absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, there's absolutely no dialogue when it comes to that. Mark, I'm a bit away now, but I don't have any meeting with Mr. Smelly on the matter.
Veteran horsemen all over the world. There's a level of respect from the younger trainers and other personnel in the horse racing industry. What can you say about veterans with regards to the respect that we get from these younger trainers?
No, very honest, From you respect people, people will respect you. And if you don't respect people in the past, they're not going to respect you now. You don't expect people to respect you and you don't respect them. It's a two-way business. So I've got along with many people in racing over the years. So I don't have a problem. I get a lot of respect from everybody.
Is there any time soon your son will take up training horses or get more involved?
Not now. There are other things in the pipeline now for him. With one of my older sons. The two sons from my first marriage. That they want to keep the business that they have in the family. So they might have to run that full time.
Well.
Because, one of the DDCL resigned.
Oh.
He no longer at DDCL and he's migrating. So Andre will have to look after one in the shops.
Well, Donovan, it was a pleasure to have you representing the horse racing family that the Phillips were involved with. And, I'm hoping our viewers will be pleased knowing more in depth with the Phillips family, who made a great impact in horse racing, comprising of Howard Phillips, may his soul rest in peace, Aline Phillips, Donovan Phillips, Richard Phillips, and as Donovan said, his son soon to be, is it Dre Phillips? Andre.
Yeah. Andre Phillips.
Yes. The Open Gate Show takes pleasure in having you, Donovan.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Respect.
Okay, all right.